Welcome to the Headley Highlight Show's Royal Corner. This week in the Royal Corner, before I make a start, I'd like to say thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. Please like and share and hit the notification button for more updates. You can also make a donation at my website, deniseheadley.com, or join my live show every Friday on X at 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This week on the Royal Corner, the Duchess of Sussex shares a rare picture of Lilibeth as she relaunches her lifestyle brand in a major marketing coup. As ever, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, releases a picture of her and Harry for Valentine's Day. Princess Kate is way too stressed to do any work once again. She's missing the royal tour. King Charles grants a stay of execution to Epstein's close friend, his brother, the Duke of York, at the Royal Lodge. And King Charles's message to the people of Canada on their 60th anniversary of their national flag, once again missing the mark with Canada's colonial history. All this and more on this week's Royal Corner. The Duchess of Sussex releases a rare picture of Lilibeth and unveils her new marketing plan as ever Meghan. The Duchess of Sussex has relaunched her lifestyle brand under a new name and shared a picture of her daughter Lilibeth. Posting on her new Instagram account, Meghan announced she was thrilled to rename her American Riviera Orchid lifestyle brand to As Ever Meghan, describing it as a project that she's poured her heart into. As Ever's website features an image of Lilibeth running around outside her mother, surrounded by nature. And in her post on Insta, As Ever means, she said, in the same way as always. The Duchess describes her new branding idea as an extension of her passions around food, gardening, entertainment, and everyday moments in life. Her new production, With Love Meghan, aims to reimagine the genre of lifestyle and that's going to be premiered in 2 weeks. Now, when I heard this article, I just said to myself, this woman is a marketing and business guru. And let me explain why. When you use yourself as a brand, there can be no copycats. There can be no phonies, no imitations, because you are authentically yourself. This is the reason why you see artists or commentators like myself, or like Oprah Winfrey, Geraldo, Sally Jessy Raphael. And yes, I'm going for some old reference points, but the point I'm making is all of those shows could only have the individual, the person. They could never be replaced. They could never be imitated. And that's the genius of what Meghan has done. Everybody uses her name and her branding as a way of getting clicks, likes, and shares. Let's face it, you all know that the British media and the vast majority of the legacy media, when I say legacy and corporate media, I mean essentially they are part of the infrastructure, part of the establishment. All of those use the Sussexes as a way of drawing clients to their website. Because let's face it, nobody is interested on clicking on nothing with Kate and William on the front. The only time you see them, they are juxtaposed against Harry and Meghan as a comparison for, to elevate them in some way. Look at Harry and Meghan, and these are the examples of betterment. That's how they're often curated for our entertainment and relevance. And this is why this is a masterstroke. My girl has said, listen, I'm going to use myself as the branding, and nobody can copy that. You wait and see what comes out under As Ever Meghan. Trust me when I tell you, people. You know what's coming out? As Ever Meghan hair products. That's going to fly off the shelf. As Ever Meghan cosmetics. That's going to fly off the shelf. As Ever Meghan perfume. That's going to fly off the shelf. Can you imagine spraying Kate and William on your neck? No, nobody wants to spray that on their neck. But do you want to spray Harry on your neck? Do you want to spray Meghan on your neck? Eau de parfum, the Sussexes. I would buy that. Who's going to buy that stinking Windsor scent? With all of their history attached to it. all of their colonial pasts, and they're benefiting from the, the usual destruction of indigenous people, the continuing raping and pillaging of other people's lands. Nobody wants to spray that perfume on their neck. And this is the reason why this is a masterstroke. You're going to have Meghan and Harry boots, Meghan and Harry cookbook, Meghan and Harry tea towels, and it's going to fly off the shelf. And that's going to be the stream. And I also understand that Netflix is working on a deal with her in relation to these new things. So all I'm saying is kudos to the couple. Sometimes you marry somebody and that person will take you to a different level. Well, that's what's happened with Meghan and Harry. Because she came from a different mindset. She had the TIG from back in the day. So she knows how to move. So my girl's like, you know what? Let's come like the Beckhams, okay? Yeah? They are a brand together. And this is what Harry and Meghan are. They're an amazing brand. Anything she puts on, it flies off the shelf. The boots, the hat, the beanie, the puffer. Please. I'm just looking forward to it. And I know my mum's looking forward to the kale cookbook. Because her kale, she said, needs a glow up. And the Duchess of Sussex hopefully is going to provide that. And I'll let you know the outcome of that. Moving along swiftly to this week's next story. Meghan's Valentine message to Harry after William and Kate take romantic photo. Now, the reason I got this is from GB News, okay? So I think you have to bear that in mind. Like I said, the only time they like to talk about the Sussexes as a juxtaposition to William and Kate and then being used as a barometer of betterment. That's the usual exercise. But I thought this article was a joker. The Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex marked Valentine's Day by sharing romantic images. William and Kate posed in a photograph of themselves sitting on a blanket in the woods and William kissing Kate on the cheek. The image was taken from a video released last year when Kate announced her cancer treatment had ended. Really, that was probably the only picture that you ever saw with any affection between those two. Let's face it, we know that that's a sham marriage. Vanilla, lavender relationship. Rose Hambury. Meghan shared a black and white photo of herself and Prince Harry kissing, accompanied by a caption expressing pride in Harry's work with the Invictus Games and missing her Valentine. She also uploaded strawberries being cut into heart pieces. Wait for them to drop the chocolate-covered Meghan heart Valentine's chocolates, which were going to fly off the shelf, like I said, as ever, Meghan. That's the next product for you, Meghan, in case you didn't. I'm just sharing with you. As usual, the follow fashion William and Kate have never released a Valentine's picture, but suddenly they've released a Valentine's picture. And the picture looked fake, a bit like her sitting amongst the daffodils with her hair blowing. That was AI Kate. And to me, this is AI William and AI Kate once again. Moving along swiftly to this week's next story. Indolent Kate to avoid another royal tour due to extreme stress. What stress is that exactly? Pray tell. The future queen is expected to avoid participating in the royal tour with Prince William due to extreme stress. Was she left outside? Is it frostbite? Is she suffering from extreme dehydration due to exposure to the elements? Let's find out. A royal insider could reveal that the Princess of Wales travelling abroad with her family would be tremendously stressful for Kate. What, and their 16-pack entourage that's looking after the kids? The children are spending half-term in the Caribbean with Kate's mother, while she recuperates. Again. The following adjectives come to mind: indolence, lazy, sloth, work-shy, and finally entitled. Also in this week's Royal Corner, King Charles grants a stay of execution to Epstein's close friend, his brother, in the publicly funded Royal Lodge. In a move that has observers shaking their heads, King Charles III granted a stay to his disgraced brother, Prince Andrew, in the Royal Lodge. The 30-room mansion nestled within the Windsor Great Park has been the Duke's residence since 2004, where he pays no rent and the public maintain its upkeep. Hashtag the sovereign grant. Prince Andrew, once dubbed Randy Andy, now finds himself circling the Royal Lodge, similar to a barnacle on a ship's hull. His refusal to downsize to more modest accommodation, Frogmore Cottage, which previously was Harry and Meghan's residence, which the Queen left them and the King told them to leave, is stinging his pride because it's much smaller, much more modest. The King's disgraced brother is hanging on like a Klingon, his bluing fingers gripping the last vestiges of public support. His wife Sarah Ferguson continues to share residence, and she also was in receipt of money from Mr. Epstein. Ask yourself why that was. The King's brother is a leech. Alexa, give me a word that describes leech.
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, a leech is a blood-sucking parasite worm. They were used in early medicine for bloodletting. The term leech can also be applied to a person who takes advantage of others and extorts their kindness.
Who the cap fits, let them wear it. And finally, in this week's Royal Corner, King Charles's heartfelt message to the people of Canada celebrating 60 years of their flag once again misses the mark on Canada's colonial past. King Charles III posted a message on X on the 15th of February, marking the 60th anniversary of the national flag of Canada. King Charles and side chick turned Queen Camilla celebrated the iconic red and white maple leafs flag's history. The message expressed admiration for Canada's resilience and pride and reflected King Charles's deep affection for the country. King Charles is the monarch of Canada, and a significant number of Canadians would like to give him his P45, their thank you and good night, Charles. They would like to terminate his employment. And this is one of the reasons he gave the message, because let's face it, many countries do not want to have a monarch in place anymore. What function does it serve apart from enriching the family who's at the head of the monarchy? The message expressed the importance of the flag and its symbol on the global stage. Once again, the King, by expressing his admiration of the flag, failed to acknowledge the Indigenous people in Canada upon whose blood it was spilled. In the late 15th century, the Indigenous population of Canada is deemed to be between the areas of 2 million, with a figure of 500,000 accepted by Canada's Royal Commission on Aboriginal Peoples. After contact with the Europeans by 1867, this had gone down to 125,000. Hashtag genocide, mass slaughter. The introduction of European diseases also helped to wipe out Canada's Indigenous people. So expressing resilience and admiration for the flag of Canada, in my opinion, seeks to expunge Canada's colonial past. And it's hardly unsurprising given the King's reciprocal benefit from his position as monarch. I do hope you enjoyed this week's Royal Corner. It was somewhat salty, but wouldn't you expect anything less? Do jump up onto my YouTube page, which is deniseheadley.com, and become a subscriber. I've actually got 198 subscribers now. Last week it was 89. So please keep liking, sharing this content. Make a donation at deniseheadley.com on my website. And also like, share, retweet. And come to my show. I have a show every Friday on X and it's live. You can just follow me, and then the show is called The Headley Highlight. Because like Meghan, I'm branding myself. Soon to come teacups, lipstick, and anything else I can afford. Or the marketplace might want to buy. Thanks for listening as well. See you next week, and cut!